In this video, we're going to be discussing a topic that a lot of influencers will shy away from and try to avoid. But I know that as a new seller, this is probably a question that is either currently floating around in your mind or pops up from time to time and creates that doubt. So I was actually sent this question by someone that I mentor earlier this week, and they were wary about asking me it, but I was happy to receive the question as it is a genuine concern, and you should rightly be asking this before you commit to any online business model. And the question was this: if Amazon FBA is such a great business model and us influencers are making so much money selling on Amazon, why do we feel the need to sell a course? Surely, right, if we're making lots of money selling on Amazon, why would we waste time having a course? And that is a great question. And I can understand why people have doubt about the model, because it's natural to think a lot of online models are scams. So I do get the skepticism, and I completely understand why people would like clarification on this. So I'm going to try and answer it honestly from my perspective. Now, there will be other influencers that will answer this question differently because they have ulterior motives, but I'm going to tell you flat out the truth why I offer a course. So I started selling on Amazon in 2018. I still sell on Amazon to this day. In 2025, my wife's also got an Amazon FBA business, and I've documented my entire journey. So if you go to my YouTube back catalog, you can see every single week since 2018, I've released a video talking about Amazon FBA. So I've been there and done it. I've been doing it for 7 years. And about a few years, I can't remember exactly when it was, 3 to 4 years into the journey, I started developing my own course, which is the first red flag I see with a lot of influencers that sell courses. They start selling the course within 3 to 6 months of starting a business. So I'd been in the game 3 to 4 years before I started building a course. Now, what was the reason I decided to develop a course? For me, and I've talked about this in previous videos, I do not trust Amazon. It's very, very simple. They may have great customer service, but the way they treat sellers is absolutely shocking. The seller support is shocking, and that is showing no signs of changing. That's why we have the FBAelite.com community, so us sellers can all support each other. So for me, what happened, I think it was in the first year, I had a couple of issues in my first couple of years of selling on Amazon that made me realize that I can't become 100% reliant on any particular income stream. And this doesn't just apply to Amazon. This applies to any business. Even you guys that are watching this whose only income stream is currently being employed. What happens if you get made redundant? Now, I know there are a lot of people that think they are irreplaceable in their jobs, but I can guarantee you, everyone I know that's ever been made redundant thought they were irreplaceable when they were made redundant. So you have to be aware, whatever you're doing, you should have multiple income streams. So for me, when I started Amazon FBA, I also had my web design business that I've been running since 2012, and I shut that down in 2019 as we moved into 2020. So I had diversified income. So when I decided to shut down the web design business, I needed to diversify that income. As like I said, I don't fully trust Amazon, and this applies to all of the big faceless organizations that you will work with if you have an online business. So as much as this channel is focused on Amazon, this thought process applies to all of them, because there'll be people out there saying, oh yeah, that's why I have a Shopify store instead. It's like, yeah, it's great having a Shopify store, but guess what? Your platform still relies on Shopify in the first place. Your traffic's probably coming from Facebook ads or one of the many social media networks out there. Or if you're lucky enough, maybe you're generating traffic from Google. All big faceless organizations that can turn off the tap at any point, and you'll have little recourse to do anything about it. So it's so important that when you're working with these types of organizations, so I'm working with Amazon, I'm working with YouTube, so I make AdSense revenue, I'm working with Teachable with the course, and I've got some other things in the pipeline as well that I work with. And all of those things is diversified. So that if one of them gets knocked out, yes, it'll be painful. Even if 2 of them get knocked out, yes, it's painful, but I will survive. So for me, the reason I have a course is to diversify the income. Now, the mentorship, although that is partly down to diversification, a lot of the mentorship is also to keep me on my toes. If I'm working with multiple new sellers per month growing their business, I'm seeing all types of issues to deal with and helping them with them. So that keeps me on my toes, and it makes me the best possible seller for myself, but also puts me in a really good position to help those people. So it's kind of a two-way thing. Yes, they pay for my help, but I also benefit from helping them as it keeps me sharp. So mentorship is kind of a bit of both diversification and making sure I stay at the tip top of the Amazon game, as you have to, because seller support is so shocking. Now, I'm only answering this obviously from my perspective. This is my truthful answer why I diversified away from just selling on Amazon to also have the course and mentorship, both of which are linked below. But there are a lot of influencers out there, which is why you guys are rightly skeptical about Amazon FBA or any business model. There are too many influencers out there selling courses that are either very poor quality courses, and also they just don't have the experience of selling on Amazon and having faced lots of different issues that lots of different sellers have experienced. And this is what gives all of the influencers a bad name, because unfortunately the majority actually don't know what they are talking about. And also your exposure to people that are selling courses is often them running adverts. So you might be browsing social media, you might be on YouTube or TikTok or something, and you'll see an advert pop up trying to firstly convince you that Amazon FBA is great, and then secondly trying to get you into their sales funnel so they can convert you into a course buyer. Whereas I have never done any paid advertising for this channel to try and sell courses. All of my growth is from making what I believe is content of value for YouTube that you guys get on a weekly basis and have done for 7 years, so that when you watch my content, hopefully you learn to trust me and that you can trust me. And then if you do decide at some point you want that additional support from either the course or mentorship, then you're willing to come to me. And I'm not trying to convince you. There's no hard sell with anything I do. It's like, this is what I do. Here's some help for free. If you want additional help, you can pay for it. That's very much how I work. There is no paid advertising from me. So I will always try and be honest with you guys. So if you are concerned whether Amazon FBA is a legit business model, the honest answer is yes, it is. Yes, it still works in 2025. I still sell on Amazon. My wife sells on Amazon. I've been selling on Amazon 7 years, and I mentor people every single month who launch new products on Amazon. So I know it still works. Now, I cannot guarantee if you go and buy a course from some random influencer on YouTube or TikTok that you're going to be successful. That is a completely different story. But the model isn't a scam. But I think it's equally important that we have this conversation, that this is why I diversify my income. And other influencers may have other reasons for diversifying their income, or it may be their only income because they don't actually still sell on Amazon. They only sell courses. So if you've had reservations about Amazon, hopefully that will help. If you've still got outstanding questions, sign up to the FBAelite.com forums and post your questions on there. I try to reply to them every single day after my mentorship commitments. And if you want to get started with Amazon FBA, there is a link to my course in the pinned top comment. Or if you just want to get started with finding your first product, I'm going to pop up a video now which will show you step by step how to find your first product, and I'll see you guys over there.